What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you are new to the channel, I am Gold Pony. This is Gold Pony Crypto. And so, as promised in my last video, I told you guys I was staking VVS in my last video. There are some tricks to it, so therefore I did want to make this video for anybody interested in staking VVS. And the reason you want to stake VVS is because you can earn some pretty crazy gains simply by staking your VVS, including over 300% APY at this current time. When I first staked it, it was over 400% APY, so definitely a very impressive rate there. But not only that, like I was saying in the last video, if you stake your VVS before mid-January, I think it might have been January 12th, I forget the exact date, watch my last video if you're curious, but you actually get an airdrop of Tonic. So that was a little partnership between Tectonic and VVS at the time, so it's still going on. You still have time to take advantage of that, so yet another reason why you want to go ahead and stake VVS. So let's just jump right into it. Let me go over how to actually go about doing that. And so there may be other ways to do it, but I'm going to show you guys at least the way I did. And so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and download the Crypto.com DeFi wallet. So this is the way I do it, at least. But once that is downloaded, at the very bottom in the middle of the screen, you will see an icon labeled dApps. After you hit that option, then you're going to have four different options. You're of course going to then hit the VVS Finance option, and then towards the bottom you're going to hit the earn icon, which actually looks like a diamond. Once you do that, it's going to prompt you yet again. You're going to go ahead and select mines because you are going to be staking in the glitter mine, as VVS Finance so cleverly calls it. And so the one I did, and probably the one I would of course recommend, is the auto stake, which is the one that gives you the best rates, which is why I would personally recommend it. But you do have some other options as well. If you wanted to, you can manually stake. That is going to give you a little bit lesser of a rate, but you have a little more control over that, I guess you could say. But then there's also a couple of options where you could stake VVS to earn Tonic, and you can also stake VVS to earn Beefy, which is what I call it. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Beefy Finance. So a couple different options you could do when you go ahead and stake. Like I said, I did the auto VVS because that one is going to give you the best APY. And so then to go ahead and deposit VVS into this staking program, what you're going to want to do is hit the little plus icon. And by the way, the negative or minus icon, that is going to be for when you want to go ahead and unstake what you have already previously staked, just in case anybody was curious about that one. And so this of course is assuming that you have already purchased VVS. You can actually purchase VVS directly through the Crypto.com DeFi wallet. You can use a credit or debit card to go ahead and do that. The other option is you can purchase it through the Crypto.com app, and then you can go ahead and send it to your DeFi wallet, so you can get it that way as well. So you have a couple different options to go ahead and get that going. But also another thing that I didn't realize at first, but obviously I just didn't think of it, it makes sense. You do have to pay a slight network fee in Crow. And so this is important because when you load up Crow in your DeFi wallet, you have three different options to go ahead and do that. So the option that you want to select is the option on the bottom there for Chronos, because you were paying the network fee on the Chronos blockchain. But I gotta be honest, you guys, I really like this staking program because in my personal opinion, I think it's a little bit better than the Crypto.com app. Here's why. This is my biggest thing that I think the Crypto.com app needs to improve upon as well. It not only shows you your recent VVS profit, which is always fun to take a look at any given time. It not only shows you that APY at any given time, but the most important part is that recent profit, it takes and automatically filters it in to that same wallet, giving you compound interest. And so that is one thing the Crypto.com app does not do. It doesn't compound your interest. It actually sends it to a separate wallet. And you guys probably already know that if you use the Crypto.com app. But for VVS Finance, when you stake, it compounds that. So it continuously feeds that back through, which I personally prefer, because what I found myself doing in the Crypto.com app is then when my term was done, I essentially had to move it back over to my wallet and then push it back over to stake once again with it all put together. So I love how VVS Finance does compound everything. It's pretty cool. But so final thing, and my final tip here, because this is yet another thing that tripped me up, is the network can get busy. And so I tried to stake, I believe at like 12 noon where I personally live, and it didn't work because the network was busy. And then I tried to stake at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and yet again, it didn't work because the network was busy. So here's my trick, and maybe it's going to be different times for you guys because I don't know where you're watching this in the world, but what I ended up doing, at least if you're on the East Coast here of the US, is the second I woke up at 5:40 in the morning, bright and early, I reached to my phone and I went ahead and tried to stake again for the third time. And wouldn't you know, third time's the charm, because it worked at 5:40 in the morning Eastern time. So did want to mention, just keep at it, you guys. Try different times of the day if it doesn't work the first time for you, because like I said, I'm sure the network can get congested, but it did work for me. I'm loving the compound interest, and that is how you stake VVS. If you have any further questions, go ahead and put it in the comments section below. That is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on TikTok and Twitter and all that at the bottom of the screen if you like. Hit the subscribe button if you're into crypto.com, Crow, and Chronos. That is what we do here on this channel after all. Do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Stay gold.